Title: Unplanned babysitting on our anniversary. Anyone who knows my wife and me know that our anniversary, to us, is more important than any holiday. We've been this way since we first got together in '86. However, some folks don't seem to grasp the concept and that just a night without the kids to decompress outweighs our anniversary. They were just dropped off and they turned off their phones. Title: Landlord asks for more rent. I ask him to fix things first, knowing he won't fix them, so I've been living in this house share on a rolling contract for over 2 years. The house is very run down, but nothing is dangerous or inhabitable or depressing. The landlord is really bad at fixing stuff, and when he does he turns up unannounced, against the law here, and does a really botched job. Last September the landlord was clearly feeling very motivated as he announced he was going to renovate the kitchen. The old kitchen had cupboards without doors, a really cheap old oven that used to break all the time, really shabby worktops, etc. My best guess was it was at least 20 years old. He said the renovations would be done quickly as possible. He quoted a week to us, but it actually went on for 2 months and he broke some laws because he disconnected the oven for several days while there were tenants living in the house. While the kitchen looks fine now, it was clearly a case of get in and out and do the bare minimum as cheap as possible. He also painted some of the communal areas really badly. He put 2 new to the property, actually second-hand, freezers in and they didn't work very well, so he ended up trying to fix them himself, and long story short, I lost all my food in the freezer last December. So by the end of it all, I was feeling very annoyed with him. In January 2020 the landlord sent all the tenants an email telling us he had to put the rent up and that we would have to sign new contracts. My rent was only going up by £25 per month as I have my own ensuite bathroom, which is pretty much falling apart, but he didn't renovate it, and I could afford the increase so didn't bother to argue it. I emailed him back and said it was fine, but there were a few issues in my room that I'd like him to fix, but that I was happy for that to be written into the contract, with a timeframe for the work to be done agreed by us both, so he could get the higher rent rate straight away. I sent him a list of the things and most of them are really minor, like, wardrobe door handle needs replacing, there's a crack in the sink. The biggest thing on the list was the problem he's known about for at least 2 years, the shower leaks. I knew full well that he wouldn't get round to doing any of the repairs. He told me that I didn't need to sign the contract, pay higher rent until he'd fixed the things in my room. I said, okay, and have never mentioned any of it to him ever again. The things I asked him to fix aren't exactly impeding my enjoyment of life, so I don't even get annoyed about the fact that they're broken. 10 months later I'm still paying my original rent rate and every month I save the amount my rent would have gone up by. It's a really small, pathetic thing to do, but it makes me proud every time my rent is due because I'm £250 better off and counting. Edit. Just to clarify that I am renting a furnished room, so all the furniture, including the wardrobe, which is built in, belongs to the landlord and is his responsibility. Most of it is incredibly old and shabby. Title: Try to ruin a small family business. All your effort was for nothing. Sorry if this isn't technically revenge, but I wanted to share. My uncle runs a small family business that was passed down from my grandfather and possibly from before then. He will eventually pass it on to his son. This small family business has been based in a small village in the UK for decades, possibly over 100 years, and in the ensuing years they built a load of new builds in this small quiet village. Now once a week my uncle's business gets a lorry delivery to restock. Now I understand it can be annoying having big lorries in small roads, but this is limited to trading hours. Some people moved into the new builds and managed to successfully campaign to the council to stop trucks from being able to drive through the village. They were hoping that lorries would not be allowed to deliver to the business and effectively ruining it or forcing it to move. Now the great part about this is that the new edict does not include lorries that have official business in the village, i.e. making deliveries. Title: No one likes a litterbug. I was driving with my boyfriend sitting in the passenger seat. We were at a stoplight minding our own business. Traffic was moderate, there were about 20 cars ahead of me. I noticed a truck in front of me who also seemed to be minding their own business. Suddenly, I saw a Wendy's bag fly out the passenger window and onto the street. I then see the door open, and the heathen set a large Wendy's cup down on the street. I've tried to figure out why they cared enough to not spill the drink, nothing comes to mind. This lit an angry fire inside me. The area I live in is well known for its many rivers, so littering is not something to be taken lightly. Not that it ever should be. I don't think I could have controlled myself if I tried, but I instantly unbuckled, quickly got out and picked up the Wendy's bag. I tossed it with all of my might against the back window. The driver and passenger who had been previously jamming out instantly froze. Then, I took the half-full Wendy's drink and threw it at the window. It was incredibly satisfying to see the brown soda shower explode all over the window bed of the truck. I quickly turned around and hopped back in my car. Thankfully, the two heathens did not move. A girl waiting next to my car gave me a thumbs up. I turned to my boyfriend and said, "Damn, I should probably not do something like that again." He just slowly nodded and we went about our day. Yes, I know I am incredibly lucky that they didn't retaliate. I won't do something like that again. But damn, it felt good. Edit. In hindsight, I know they likely just dumped the trash elsewhere.